What's up, guys? This is an Akavir podcast for, well, of course, the server. I'm your host, JStrain, and we got with us admin Beu50.
So,
That's a little button zap.
that's
I,
so lame.
I thought, anyways. Um, so our first question isn't really a question for the show. It's really just mind-boggler saying why only staff for the call. But I already answered that. And in case anyone's wondering, it's more or less a question and answer. So we're not, like, there's no point of having, like, people who wouldn't actually understand, like, say if you're asking about an update or something, regular players might not really know that answer, right? So anyways, we'll bring us on to our real first question. I'm not sure if you can answer this, Bew, but when did Angel first come up with the idea for Akavir? Do you know about that?
uh, Probably a few months ago, I'd say. You can check the forum post, I mean.
Do you know why he came up with it at all? It's
He
just
posted it in October, so around that time, 2012.
was it just you and him at first, or did he already have Stromby with him too?
He was after, SOF was kind of dying and
Yeah.
stuff. He he messaged me on the Minecraft forums because I did a bunch of artwork for that server and he wanted me to do some art for this one, so I talked to him, and it originally just started out as me making just art for him, but then, I offered to be an admin, or I think he actually asked if I wanted some sort of thing, if I could help him with whatever he needed help with, so I said yeah, and then I just kind of became admin because we weren't really a server at that time, nothing was up, so
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Then we have a bunch of questions from Triple Wing. God bless them. We actually have something to talk about now. His first question is, what happened between Septimia and Valgard? Because if you look at the Happy Horker now, they have that sign that says no Septimians.
Hmm.
I think it has something to do with the Happy Horker burning down, but there's some like heat between them. I don't really know why. Do you know why?
I don't really know. It seems kind of dumb to me personally because I think they're actually both within the same region,
Yeah,
and if the region was warring with itself,
it's a civil war practically. Because that Valgard counts as part of the Thanefall region, correct?
right?
Yeah.
So, like, within Thanefall, there's Septimia and Valgard, and then that's just one nation, and there's going to be three other nations, and if one is fighting itself, then the others are probably just going to come in and kill them.
Yeah. Okay, our next question by Triple Wing. Speculation on who will rule Hist. Hopefully an Argonian.
Uh, well, right now, I think it's going to be Image Audio. I think because I think that's his username, but
He's the one that originally posted that on the forums, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then someone else came in like 20 minutes later and was like, I am declaring myself leader of Valgard, and we're not having any of that here, so.
Yeah. Okay, this is a pretty controversial, we've already had many debates about this. Should Ionith be sold? Do you think town should be sold anyways?
Ionith?
Yeah. And then after, towns in general. I have an opinion on this too.
Okay, well, what's yours?
Personally, I don't think towns should be sold, because then
It's not really a town though, it's more of a city.
yeah. But even if Ionith was sold, then you have other places being sold as well, and all those RP areas, if they're like all kind of faction based only, you have nowhere for like, say, raiders or anywhere to like really resign.
Well, the problem with selling Ionith in particular is that it's supposed to be sort of a ruined, dead city, and if somebody buys it and just rebuilds it, then first of all, you'll have this giant rogue HQ like right outside Septimia's gate, which really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I'm okay with being able to sell cities and towns, but I don't think Ionith makes a lot of sense, personally.
And also with the lore to Akavir, like I don't know if anyone would be familiar with this. Disaster at Ionith is like the only true lore that Besetta's ever posted about Akavir. So if they rebuild Ionith, that's kind of just destroying our lore.
That too.
Um, he
Although
also,
we don't need to set ourselves in stone in terms of lore. I mean, we can change, but
that's
yeah,
true.
I know what you're saying.
Um, speculation of a serial killer character.
Whose question is that?
That's triple wing still. Do you think that'd be a good idea? Personally, I think that'd be a good idea.
Well, pretty much everyone's a serial killer, so
Any bad guy should be. I don't. I feel before like maybe a month ago, there wasn't too much evil RP on here. So now it'd
if
probably
things
be
were a lot more civil.
yeah. But now I don't know about a serial killer if it's needed right now, because we got some pretty evil people now.
Well, I mean, if you were just walking around in the wilderness, I mean, the chances of you running into somebody and them wanting to kill you is probably pretty high.
Yeah, probably. I mean, some of my characters they're looking for prey. Sneak peek of contents in the first expansion. So that'd be Tangmo in the
Alright.
college. Do you want to state anything about that? I can add pictures in.
Okay, well, I sent you those 2 pictures, right?
Yeah, there. It's gonna be on the video.
Alright.
Do you have anything to add about that, though?
Well, details, I guess. The Tangmo area is going to be sort of a swampland. There's going to be a lot of trees, sort of jungle-ish looking, and the Tangmo will live in sort of treehouse type things, as well as a big old, like, Mayan-looking temple thing. It looks pretty cool, I think. Probably one of the better-looking cities, personally. And, there's more dungeons, not completed, of course, because dungeons take forever to build, but...
True.
And then there's the Mage College, which looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've seen it too. It's probably one of the best builds.
But I don't really know how we're going to handle the Mage College, because we'll need teachers, and magic is sort of touchy
Yeah.
because of how powerful it is, and I feel like nobody understands how powerful a spell actually is. Like, let me give you an example. I'm reading this guy's app, and he's writing it out. I doubt he read anything on our wiki, or really anything, and in his backstory he puts, like, Burning Touch is an apprentice spell, and
Yeah.
it'll allow you to set things on fire with your hand, but he wants it to set his armor and his sword on fire.
And wouldn't that be Flaming Vortex?
No, that would be, well, the armor would be
Or not?
burning. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
It's burning armor or something. I don't know.
It is called Flaming Armor, yeah. And as far as the sword thing goes, I mean, that doesn't really make sense, because it's not like the spell itself is... It's like if you touched a piece of paper, it would set on fire. It's
Yeah.
not like if you touched a building, like a stone building, it would immediately catch on flame and everything around it would burn down. It's a weak spell. It's not meant to do any real harm.
And yeah, so mainly we're looking for really good RPers that won't like overcross the boundaries to use magic.
So, and I'm gonna put up a forum post a bit later about asking for people who are interested in taking teacher positions. There'll be drawbacks. For example, like, if you're interested in being an archmage, you will, for one, you'll be able to know every spell within the school that you teach, so I guess that's kind of cool, but you won't actually be able to kill anybody,
Yeah, like my
So,
character is not allowed because I have one of the archmages for destruction.
right.
Um, think of a new Daedric prince active and now only in the continent of Akavir. Would that be a good idea? From Triple Wing again. I don't.
The
Mm,
problem with custom anything is that people have like intense issues with conflicting lore.
yeah,
So probably not the best idea. Unless people want it, then I won't really do it. Like for the herb lore thing, for example, or alchemy,
yeah,
because we were gonna do custom Akavirian herbs and potion substances, but I wasn't sure if people were gonna be for or against it because it would all be, things that we came up with instead of from Elder Scrolls. But people seem to want that, so, that's good.
and especially not a Daedric prince in Alpha, because
Right.
that's like we're still working on things. That's it could be conflicting on a lot of scales. Now here's more personal towards RP. Whose character is most charismatic? Having the most women or men around. Who's the sexiest character?
Is that
Hmm.
all the same question, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have much of a chance to do any actual RP because I'm usually working on like making the forums more organized, improving people's applications. I made the blacksmith guide, which took forever, and just general things like that. And I'm going to be revamping loot chests entirely pretty
Yeah.
soon, so that's going to take a bit. So with all that going on, I don't really have time to know who is the sexiest person on the server.
And personally, it's a game. I don't find games attractive at all. But who is the ugliest character? Ha.
um, Same deal.
I'd have to go with any of the Seiski, including your character.
Hey man, snakes are cool.
Yeah, they're ugly. Who do you suspect to be an assassin? Anyone that's part of the Sithis.
Anyone that wears a hood.
Yeah, anyone that's parkouring off roofs, which shouldn't be often at all. Just a
Yeah,
note.
anyone who's on a roof or wearing a hood or both. So, yeah.
Okay, we're still with Triple Wings questions. Why do so many characters wear masks?
Oh, well. Probably because they think they look cool. I think that's about it.
I think it's also really like a form of protection from meta. They have trust issues.
Probably.
So if they're wearing masks, they're like, no, 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 you couldn't see me, and it's meta if you call me out on it or something like that.
Right.
What are all the Imperials here for? I think he's talking about Farch's army in Septimia.
I actually don't know, personally.
That's more or less we'd have to get Farch talking on this about that, but it's more or less just indulging in RP. This is going to be a good question to answer. Where does all the liquor and alcoholic beverages in the Happy Horker come from? I don't know.
I guess they just make it on the spot or something.
Well, I've been down in the basement. They have like big drums of meat or whatever. I'm gonna guess they make it. Or they import it. I don't know. If you could create a town, a new town, what kind of town would it be?
Is this hypothetical, as in if I wanted to, or is this what is happening next? Because we are going to
Hypothetically.
build. Okay. Well, actually, there's that thing we were talking about in the staff channel. Let me find it. I don't know the name of it. That giant underground glowing mushroom place.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Far Blackreach, that's it. We were gonna try and later on build some sort of Blackreach equivalent, which should be a weird, kind of fun thing.
So like big like plants and giant mushrooms, all that.
Yeah.
I would think that I forget what the in Skyrim, you know the place where the Stormcloaks reside? Like where
Yeah.
Ultimate Stormcloak is? A town kind of like that, like one that has like a very snowy base. That would probably be
Well, that's gonna be the fourth,
the Kamal update.
third, I guess, technically. Because with the next update's going to be Tangmo and Mage College. The second update's going to be Kapotan and whatever else we decide to put there. And then third is going to be Kamal and Knights College.
Do you have any speculation on what the Kamals are going to be like, their living habits? Is it going to be like stone buildings or?
They were going to live in ice castles, I think what Dave decided was. Or ice spires.
Okay.
Caves, kind of.
If there was a town ran by outlaws, a town without laws at all, do you think it would work?
No.
No?
No.
You're anti-anarchist?
I mean, everyone would kill each other. And I've watched it happen already, so...
Not if they have a totalitarian force, though. Like, one they'll just say, well, if you piss us off, like, just have their government. Maybe not, actually.
Yeah, it's like, if you piss us off, we'll kill you. It's like, no, you won't, I'll kill you. And then...
That's true.
Yeah.
And final question by Triple Wing is, what is your favorite characters if you can't choose your own?
My favorite characters.
From RP. I would have to... Maybe Ivan Boris, but he is very unrealistic.
I hate that character. I hate it so much. I don't really know. I don't think I have many friends in RP because I'm. Hey man. I'm always in the library and stuff like that, and pretty boring actually.
Well, all my characters are pretty cool, but I can't choose them, so that's actually a pretty good question.
So, more questions, or do you have any questions?
There's still more questions. Not too many. Here we are. I don't know how to pronounce her username. It's Sinan1212. She's a whitelister. Are them tigers sexy? She's referring to the Capo Town. And I'm gonna state no, the tigers are not sexy.
Probably not, no.
Unless you're into bestiality. And then she posts another question. Why does everyone call Tin Can a pirate?
Probably because he's a pirate.
Yeah, that's my guess. Are the locals of Akavir more sexy, or are the people of Tamriel more sexy? Once again, it all relates to bestiality.
Well, because everyone from Akavir is like an animal, I would imagine everyone from Tamriel is sexier.
I'd hope so.
Because in Akavir you got snakes, tigers, and monkey people running around doing stuff.
Okay, the same girl or guy, I'm not actually sure. He's playing as a girl, I'm gonna guess it's a girl. How come everyone hates the Daedras? Because they're demons? I don't know. Beu?
I didn't know people hated him. Is she talking about on the server or in the actual lore of everything?
I'm gonna guess on the server. I didn't even know we had Daedra.
I didn't either. I know Angel did one event with a Daedra, and I think something happened and some character killed him and took his heart. But that's the only thing I know of Daedras. On the server.
How many people did you kill? I'm gonna guess as in PKs, hopefully. Do you have any PKs on the server?
With Alucard as my primary, haven't killed any people because I don't fight people, so he's just like a librarian.
Yeah, that's
that's pretty much
They
it.
don't tend to mess people up. I have, I think, 7 or 8 PKs. I don't know. When I had my character Jethro Sterling, he was kind of going around killing people, tying people up, stabbing them.
On Akavir?
Yeah. But then Denevere killed him. Anyways, what is the most overpowered race?
Probably the Kamal.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Or maybe the
Capoton.
Capoton. Yeah,
I
because
doubt
they're
I
strong and fast.
I doubt the Seiski would really pose a harm that much. And
I
the
actually
Tangmo seem generally just weak.
I posted something earlier in Skype about what each race was sort of oriented towards, and the Tangmo, the monkey guys, focus. They're like peaceful monk, sort of tranquil race. The Capoton are military, kind of
Yeah.
totalitarian, brainwashed state, and the Seiski are like diplomat type, aristocratic people, and the Kamal are just like raiders, basically, just giant brutes.
They're kind of like the super mutants of Skyrim. Or not Elder Scrolls.
Right.
Um What's your favorite Daedra? I don't know. What's that? Not familiar with Daedric lore. We'll just skip that question. Why does everyone know that there is werewolves?
I made a nice comic about this, and you should definitely show it.
Yeah, I'll post it up on the video.
Basically, people just use OOC information, or they find out a way to use meta, basically. Because if they want to find a reason to kill them, you can probably find one just like, oh, I noticed he was having nightmares, or he looked nervous.
He must be a
stuff.
werewolf. Let's kill him.
Yeah.
Also, another thing is, there's a lot of people that RP as werewolves, and it seems like they just get bored of being a werewolf, so they'll just attack like Septimia. Like I've been in a couple times, and then someone will just put in a shout, like a werewolf shout is heard, and they'll always attack Septimia. I'm pretty sure if you're a werewolf, shouldn't you be staying away from a city, isolate yourself?
Probably. Unless you want to die.
What's your favorite werewolf? What?
Don't really have any.
Me neither. What's the most powerful character you've ever had on the server? I'm gonna guess for you, it's Alucard.
Probably. Because he's my only character.
Yep. Then mine would be the Archmage character, Mistophamond. Because, well, he's... I would consider one of the most overpowered characters on the server.
Who?
The Archmage character.
Yours?
Yeah.
Well, you can't really kill anyone, but yeah.
Still overpowered. What's the first RP game you've ever played?
I think the first one I've ever played was RuneScape.
Yeah, probably. Everyone starts at RuneScape.
And then it was Dungeons and Dragons, and then it was GURPS, and then it was Warhammer 40k, and then I guess technically Minecraft. So.
What's the worst RP you've ever saw?
Probably Fallout server. That was horrible, watching everything happen there. I know people liked it and stuff, but the quality of everything was just disgraceful.
Well then, yeah, I'm not gonna mention any names, but this guy's pretty famous for, actually I can't even remember his name, so I can't really leak it. But he's pretty famous for messing up RP. He was in the Legion Air Base back on the Fallout server, and he kind of just pulled a minigun out of everywhere and dodged all of his attacks and then blew himself up.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure most people that are from Soof would know that guy.
And then somehow Epsilon came into existence.
Epsilon.
And then after that, there was the giant robots that would randomly walk around and kill things, and then the mind readers. That was dumb.
The Psychers, yes.
Yeah. There's
There
like,
is-
oh, I can read minds, so that's why I can use OOC information. It's like, all right, that's cool.
There was also Psychers, or not, furries. That.
Yep. And talking katanas.
Yeah, that was, that didn't make any sense. Okay, Triple Wing gave us a few more questions, more personal, rather than the, like, not really posed to the server. Who are you? You are Beu50. That's kind of simple.
Hi,
Um, how old are you?
I am 17.
Same with me. I'm turning 18 this year.
I said 17.
Yeah, and I said same with me.
You said you're turning 19.
I said 18.
Oh.
What do you do besides playing Minecraft? Because it makes it seem like that's all we do. Thanks.
Well then. Mainly just school things, and I do fencing because I like doing fencing, I guess.
Seems reasonable.
Go to the gym, normal things, I guess.
Yeah, dude, I'm a pretty normal person, not gonna lie. Yeah, where are you from?
From DC.
And I am from Ontario in the Great White North of Canada. Eh? Is it a nice place? Is DC nice?
No, it's nasty. Unless you live in the good part, then it's not.
Do you live in the good part?
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm classy man.
And for me, Canada, well, Ontario more specific, it's pretty nice. Like, the stereotypes are right about Canadians being really friendly. Although, here, I'm gonna clarify some Canadian stereotypes. We have the same bacon as Americans. I don't know why people think that.
Because there's Canadian bacon,
Yeah,
which is like ham
we don't eat that.
things, slices.
No one eats that in Canada. We don't know why it's called Canadian bacon. Yes, we do love Tim Hortons. That's true. And
Is that like
syrup.
cheese thing?
No,
The
Tim
gravy?
Hortons is like a restaurant.
Oh.
It's like your Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah.
That makes me feel good. I definitely don't eat at Dunkin' Donuts often, ever, really.
Well, Tim Hortons, you should try that. It's nice. I'm pretty sure they've moved some into America, and we.
You
do
are America.
Okay, guys, the recording actually cut out right as Bew said, "You are America." Thankfully, though, we're about to finish the podcast, so that concludes our first podcast, and we'll see you next time, only on Akavir.
JStrain.
Hey, I'm just testing out a program. 1 second.
Okay.
Just see if it's recording the Skype call or not.
Alright.
And I have to end the call.